rock, as it always is when the Jayhawks come to play, and they tangle with Nebraska today. And let's take a look at the Husker starting lineup.
Yeah, Tyronn Lue is a great point guard, averaging over 21 points a ball game. And Jacques Vaughn, he is one of the best floor generals in all of college basketball.
Let's take a look at the 4 keys of the game, John.
Well, one of the things you cannot do against Kansas is turn the ball over, or they'll beat you, and you have to play 40 minutes. Teams have tried to play 35 and 30. It just doesn't work. For Kansas, on the one time, what you have to do is contain Tyronn Lue. Lue is as quick as any player in the country and pound it inside. Nebraska does foul, and they get into foul trouble.
They get a lot of blocks, they get a lot of steals, but as you mentioned, they've had the problems with fouls throughout the year. They've had an inordinate number of players fouling out of games. They've got to keep this guy in it, obviously. Great matchup in point guards here today. And Tyronn Lue from down the road in Mexico, Missouri, and Jacques Vaughn, senior at Kansas, and we're set to go. Mikey Moore in against Rafe LaFrentz, and LaFrentz controls the tip to B.J. Williams. Didn't take long, did it? Rafe LaFrentz, though, missed the shot, and here come the Huskers.
You know, great assignment for Vaughn tonight. Again, a leader, one of the best in the country at defending the basketball, but he has his hands full with Tyronn Lue.
And there's a pretty good argument going on around the Midwest over who's the best point guard. There's the turn and the shot. Knocked down by Vincent Hamilton, and the Huskers take the lead.
Well, when you talk about point guards, and there's always discussion of who's better, but everybody brings something different to the table. Again, I think Vaughn's as good as any floor leader in the country. Chauncey Billups is probably the most talented of any player in this conference, and maybe one of the best all-around guards in the country. Tyronn Lue brings speed to the ballgame. He will push the floor, and one of the things, a matchup, Vaughn and Lue will be terrific, but inside play is where it's going to be today. Here we'll see a great entry pass. Hamilton makes a good spin move. LaFrentz caught on the high side, no weak side help. Easy basket for the Cornhuskers.
So the Huskers' Mikey Moore draws the first foul, and they don't want to get him in foul trouble. They really need his presence in the lane. He's a great shot blocker. B.J. Williams misses there. And without Scott Pollard in the middle for Kansas, it gets a little bit tougher for the Jayhawks in there. It puts a bigger load on LaFrentz and on Williams.
Yeah, it changes things defensively. Pollard, Roy Williams told me the other night, probably the best defensive center he has ever coached. And the reason he said that, because he helps out on all plays. He does a lot of things that you ask him to do, and some players won't respond.
Jacques Vaughn got to the ball, and Tyronn Lue fouled him. Second foul on the Huskers.
When you play Kansas, they play all out for 40 minutes a game. Terrific hustle by LaFrentz. Throw it up in the air. Good catch by Vaughn.
You mentioned the playing 40 minutes, and in fact, Nebraska would have to do that. Kansas has just killed everybody they've played with big runs this year.
Yeah, Cincinnati was probably the best example. Cincinnati, everybody thought that game was over at halftime, and Kansas came back. They're going to count this basket.
Paul Pierce is going to get the bucket. Well, the Jayhawks on the board, tied at 2, and the foul against Pierce.
Pierce, a terrific guy off the dribble. Takes it inside. Good help out by the Cornhuskers. Charge going the other way. But we talk about runs at Texas Tech this past week. Tech was up 16 at home and playing well, but it wasn't enough, and the game wasn't over at halftime.
John, that turned out well for the Huskers. Mikey Moore got there and got set. Had he not, that would have been the second foul. Excuse me, that was Vincent Hamilton that got over. It would have been his first foul. Vaughn, great pace to Jarrett. Hash for the reverse. Woo!
That's what Vaughn does well. Hash used the rim, went underneath the other side.
And that was Jacques Vaughn's 700th college assist. Every time he gets one now, he sets a new school record. And the old Big 8 record continues to go. Hash diving for the ball. Mikey Moore saves it. And now a foul on Jacques Vaughn.
Defensively, Kansas gets in your face, and they're aggressive. The first time, LaFrentz didn't get to the spot. This time, he's ahead of the ball, gets there, tips it away. That leads to the fast break basket.
Cookie Belcher, long try won't go. Mikey Moore kicks it right back out. Lue to Florence. Laurie Florence missed the last game with bad knees, and a takeaway for the Jayhawks.
Nebraska with 2 starters, Belcher and Florence, who have not played in Allen Fieldhouse. And no matter what you say, it takes a couple years to get used to this place. It's as good as any in college basketball.
LaFrentz missed the turnaround. A loose ball battle won by the Huskers. Cookie Belcher working against Haas finds Tyronn Lue, who spots for the 3 and misses. Pierce had it, taken away by Benson Hamilton, and he missed the shot. And the Jayhawks come away with the basketball.
Yeah, missed opportunities. You have to take care of every shot you have inside. You have to convert against a good team.
Good hustle, Cookie Belcher, but deflected it out of bounds. It's Jayhawk basketball. 4-2 Kansas. 17:40 left in the first half. We are just underway.
Good look at Belcher, about third in the league in steals at over 2.5 a game. Very aggressive defensively. Very big, strong athlete for an 18-year-old kid.
Oh, Haas just turned down a shot. Now takes a contested shot and gets it. Boy, he's shooting it much better this year, John.
Yeah, Jared Haas at 55%. He takes better shots. Talking to the assistant coaches, they want him to get the shots in his rhythm. Last year he took some shots maybe he shouldn't have taken. This year much better, and the team is shooting a higher percentage, nearly 50% as a field goal percentage.
Well, and you were a great shooter. I don't know if you ever got in a long slump, but I think his slump really worked on him mentally last year.
Well, Roy Williams has said because he cares so much. I mean, when it bothers a player that he maybe had a turnover in a game and you lost or missed a shot, he said Jared has to take it so personal. And that's tough because it is a game of all 12 or 15 players on your team.
Tyronn Lue created a shot, then missed it. Paul Pierce has it knocked loose, trying to save it. Out of bounds to Nebraska. Jared Haas' answer to the slump was to shoot more and shoot more and shoot more. He just shot thousands of jump shots last year and all summer.
The coaching staff after the loss to Syracuse in the Elite Eight last year watched film, and Matt Doherty told me that Roy Williams said, you know, we're taking too many of these shots. We're taking too quick of three-pointers. If we're more patient, we'll get open three-pointers because we have good shooters. The better shot shooters are going to make those.
Pierce with the steal. Jock Vaughn now taking Lue baseline. A little man-to-man battle going on there. Now Williams gets a hand on it and scores.
Yeah, good basket, but good help early by Mikey Moore when Jock Vaughn went to the basket.
Now Lue taking Vaughn baseline is going to have to pull up on the dribble, and it'll be KU basketball.
Kansas defensively again gets after you, does some things, and what they do especially well is help defense. They help down low. Pierce makes a steal, and then on offense, BJ went in because Vaughn looked like he had a layup, was shut off. He had position. Vaughn put it right back in his hand for the easy two.
Now Pierce puts it on the floor and is fouled. About a minute ago you talked about beating a man to the spot. Young kids listen to this about playing defense. You don't just play it when your man gets the ball, do you?
No, that's right. And again, it's 5 guys on the court. And those teams like Kansas that play it better are communicating. They're always talking. They're always knowing where ball is, their man is, where in relationship to the basket. If another man gets beat, you help out and you rotate and slide over, and it has to really do with communication.
Paul Pierce. 3 points in this ball game for the 6'7" sophomore from Los Angeles. There you see he scored 40 against the Huskers in 2 games last year. Had a 25-point ball game. He has 4 here today.
Right now Kansas on a 10-0 run. And they will make some big runs.
Lue trying to get by Billy Thomas in midcourt, and Thomas, or rather P.J. Williams, and Williams fouled him. The first on Williams. Kansas leading the league in scoring margin at 21.5 points per game, in field goal percentage, defense, and in rebound margin. They are second in the nation in scoring margin, leading the Big 12. So they lead in field goal percentage defense, rebound margin, scoring margin. That probably adds up to 21-0, doesn't it?
Yeah, that adds up to a pretty good number. Nebraska has not scored since the early basket of the game. Over 3.5 minutes have gone by.
Mikey Moore rebounds his own miss. Lue. Florence puts it on the floor against Pearson. Good defense and good help right there from LaFrance. Good pass. Fire it down in the lane.
Good pass by Cookie Belcher. Swing the ball, make the defense move. If that much defense is helping each other, someone has to be open at the right time.
Benson Hamilton got the bucket. Williams, Jared Haas, Cookie Belcher with him. Vaughn against Lue. Tyronn Lue right up on him, and Vaughn still has his dribble. Now Pierce takes Florence baseline. Now LaFrance, and off the hands of Cookie Belcher. Kansas will keep the ball with 15 on the shot clock. We have timeout here, 15-12. Left in the first half here in Allen Fieldhouse. The Jayhawks are leading here 10-4. Big 12 basketball brought to you by your friends at Phillips 66, the Performance Company. Kansas up 10-4, the early going here at Allen Fieldhouse. And today's Big 12 Conference game is a copyrighted telecast of Creative Sports Incorporated. And any use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this broadcast without the express prior written consent of Creative Sports is prohibited. Jacques Vaughn coming back. John Sundvold, there are a lot of good college teams around, and a lot of good teams are good at a lot of things. Kansas seems to be good at nearly everything.
Yeah, and what I like about it is their work ethic. They're relentless on defense. Offensively, they share the basketball. They get open shots. And if you do those things, you have a great chance of winning ball games.
Look at Pierce, able to save it to Billy Williams off the offensive glass.
What they've instilled in each other now, Fred, is the fact that nothing bothers them, no matter the circumstance or what happens. They feel they're going to win the game, and that's trust in your teammates.
Second foul on Larry Florence.
Look at Pierce on the right side. Look how far he comes out. Florence does not block out. Pierce goes over two Cornhuskers and gets a rebound.
Well, when you said play 40 minutes, you meant 40 minutes, not 39-45.
Yeah, they will play. You play to the buzzer. Good steal by Belcher. Good basket.
Belcher with an acrobatic shot. His first 2 points of the ball game. The freshman from Mexico, Missouri. Same town that Tyronn Lue is from, although Lue played his last year of high school basketball in the Kansas City area.
Yeah, played at Raytown High. Belcher went on to win a state championship without Lue, but outstanding players both from Mexico, down the road from Columbia.
Turnaround on a foul called on T.J. Pugh.
Belcher second in the league in steals. Big body, 6'3", 200. Watch the hang time. Looked like he got bumped upside the head. Strong enough, big shoulders, big body.
Well, that is a strong-looking freshman.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what's amazing. I think Tom Osborne will probably be getting his ear just a little bit for the football.
I would think so. Jared Haas is out of the game, and now Williams comes out of the lineup for Kansas. Billy Thomas is in along with T.J. Pugh. Vincent Hamilton knocks the free throw down. He has 5 points for the Huskers.
And I think Hamilton, when you look at him, one of the underrated players in this conference. 6'9", only a sophomore. Doesn't get too much publicity, but very active, mobile body. The Missouri win, he had a career-high 20 points and 9 rebounds. Averages over 8 rebounds a ball game. Very mobile, can do a lot of things defensively, and the more they get the ball to him offensively, his skills have really developed.
Mikey Moore and Cookie Belcher have come out of the lineup for Nebraska. Bernard Garner is in the ball game along with Andy Markowski. We'll see if Kansas can take it down inside. The French, although he has it about 35 feet to the basket, now Pierce is inside with it. And Nebraska defending it tough down in there, and they come away with it.
And here's where you want it. Tyronn Lue's hands and get off to the races. Good job.
Bernard Garner.
You know, the key to that basket, Lue didn't commit the ball too early. Jacques Vaughn is trying to play with Lue back, and defensively all you have to do is try to make a guess. Vaughn's going to try to fake. Well, Lue holds onto it long enough and then goes sideways so he doesn't charge Vaughn. Outstanding play.
Boy, that's the way to run it, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, control the ball until the defense commits, then make the play.
Huskers are back. We're tied at 10 after they got down by 8.
Nebraska, very athletic team, and can get after you defensively. If they stay with it and patient enough and don't turn the ball over, this is a very powerful team that can go on some good spurts themselves.
Gardner with the deflection. Lue against Jacques Vaughn. Oh, he is quick. And he just got a pick. Well, French came out to pick him up, and Lue shoots it over him and scores.
Here's the strength of Tyronn Lue's game this year. He's matured over 1 year. I mean, plays like he's a senior. That's a big outside shot. Has had big ball games in Big 12 action.
Now Vaughn wanting to go to work. Picked up the dribble. Nebraska back in front by 2. Thomas looking at Pugh down inside. Bradford. T.J. Pugh with a spinning move on a baseline.
Pugh's been more valuable, obviously, the last couple ball games with Pollard being out. Had 19 minutes in the Texas Tech game. Had 6 points there. Has really developed, again, some offensive skills as Lue goes to work on the baseline.
Tyronn Lue now with his 4th point.
Good pass right there. Good high-low action.
And Pugh misses the shot.
Couldn't tell if that was blocked or if the rim got it.
Nice Nice little left-hand shot, but it won't fall, and LaFrentz clears it to Jacques Vaughn, and here come the Jayhawks. To the deep corner of Thomas, you can really shoot it, and that's a three.
Yeah, that stroke is as smooth as it comes, Fred. Just spotted himself in the corner. Vaughn saw him all the way down.
46% three-point shooter, third best of the Big 12. And he knocked that one down. They didn't find him. He was all alone to get it. Kansas by one. Lou against Vaughn. Oh, and they surprised Markowski with the pass, but got it back. And now Markowski charging to the bucket, missed the shot. DJ Pugh had the rebound, and he's fouled.
Well, we talked about Tyronn Lue finding his guy, but Jacques Vaughn, again, as good as anybody in this country at finding the people. He has his man in the corner. He draws Lue to him. Kansas has a 15-14 lead.
John Sunvold, interesting start here in Nebraska. Took a shot from Kansas early, came right back.
Yeah, again, athletically, Nebraska can play with anybody as long as they make the right decisions. And so far they have. Lue finally got untracked and hit a couple baskets. Ryan Robertson now in the game for Kansas, which changes complexion a little bit, an outside shooter.
John, you mentioned at the beginning of the game that you played at Missouri. You went 19-0, ranked #1 in the country. Nebraska came down and beat you.
Yeah, and beat us pretty well, actually, that ball game. Nebraska now in a zone defense. Good pass.
Thomas takes it right back. Bradford wide open. Short with a try. Mitchell had it, lost it out of bounds.
Well, there's a decision by Bradford. He's a freshman. Thomas gave him the ball. Bradford gives it right back to Thomas, who's a shooter. Thomas would knock in the jump shot.
John, when you wear that #1 on you, it comes with a circle like a target around it, doesn't it?
Well, the adrenaline from the opposition. I mean, these Nebraska kids are sky high. No matter that they've lost 3 in a row, they are ready this afternoon.
Oh, what a great pass from Lue to Bernard Gardner. He just laid that thing up there so soft. And Gardner gets his 4th point. And the Huskers go back in front by 1. Well, when you're #1, every team you play, it's their game of the year. Thomas. Mikey Moore clears the board, and here come the Huskers leading by a point now.
The maturity of Lue this year controls tempo very well for Danny Ball Club. He goes when he has it. He doesn't go when he doesn't have it, and that's sometimes the key of good offense.
Belcher. Ryan Robertson now, by the way, defending Lue. They drop it down inside. Mikey Moore's blocked by Rafe LaFrentz. His 9th block of the year. Ryan Robertson misread the cut. Now deflected by Nebraska, out of bounds to Kansas.
When Lue gets out on the break, he likes to take it himself. But watch the touch with the basketball. Bernard Gardner running hard. Garner's played well against this Kansas team. Last year had 16 points and 7 rebounds in one ball game.
Lue's averaging 4.5 assists a game. 3 blocks for Rafe LaFrentz today.
Again, Nebraska stays in the zone. They have to. Oh, great back pick. Oh, great back pick. No communication by the Huskers.
The feed from Robertson to Bucket LaFrentz, his first 2 points of the day. And the Jayhawks back up by 1. We're midway through the first half here at Allen Fieldhouse. Lue gets Robertson off his feet. LaFrentz came to help. Got the block. Williams, Robertson, the Jayhawks pushing the tempo. Pierce off the baseline. Oh, look at Thomas go up and get a hand on it. But here come the Huskers. And the pace is really kind of frantic right now. They left Mitchell alone. And Gardner able to capture the offensive board.
Nebraska won a 20-second timeout. Danny Nee has something to show his ball club.
He doesn't look very happy with Alvin Mitchell as they come back into the
couple plays down against his own defense. Watch the back pick as the ball swings. Ryan Robertson throws it up high. Paul Pierce puts a pick on Belcher. Mikey Moore and Belcher get caught looking at each other. Against his own defense, a lot of times you guard areas and forget about man-to-man principles. And you always have to know where the offensive player is.
Well, that's like a home run in baseball. There's not much that excites the crowd more than the lob and the dunk, is there? Hey, remember to enter the Phillips 66 gasoline giveaway for a chance to win 5 years of free gasoline, a trip for 2 to the Big 12 basketball tournament, and a '97 Ford F-150 pickup. Check for details at participating Phillips 66 stations. It's quite a contest. Belcher to Gardner. We've got Williams out defending Lou, and Lou's going to go right by him and see what he can create. And the ball stolen. Good anticipation by Thomas to Robertson. Fouled by Bernard Garner.
Good hard foul by Garner. Good play defensively. Tyronn Lue did not see Billy Thomas hiding back in the trapping zone defense, and Thomas just picked it off, and we go the other way. Take a look. Billy Thomas is kind of laying back. Well, here's the move by Robertson going to the hole. Good hard foul. Don't allow the layup. Don't hurt anybody, and Robertson can go shoot 2 free throws.
Robertson, an 83% free throw shooter, the 6'5" sophomore from St. Charles, Missouri. His field goal percentage not that good. His free throw percentage, well, it is, but he misses that one. He shoots the technical shots.
Well, how about the job this young guy did when Jacques Vaughn was out? 11-0. He took a punishment in the Cincinnati first half game, responded, goes to UCLA, has 11 assists in that ball game. People thought without Jacques Vaughn this Kansas team would struggle, but Ryan Robertson stepped up, only a sophomore. Going to have another good 2.5 years here at Kansas. Terrific player, but he will get his shooting down. That's what he does best. This year it's been a struggle so far.
Now Haas and Vaughn return for Kansas. Robertson and Thomas out. Well, you mentioned a couple of times, Dejan, making good decisions. Ryan Robertson really did that. Didn't try to be Jacques Vaughn. He went out there and he was Ryan Robertson and played well.
Yeah, he's not Jacques Vaughn. He knows that he's an entirely different game and different style, but he understands in this game and Roy Williams' system which players should get the ball at the right times, and Ryan did an unbelievable job.
Lou against Vaughn. 18-16 Kansas. Mikey Moore back to Lou. The lob down low.
Well, look at the defense. It looks as though Kansas plays with about 6 or 7 defenders because they constantly are in your face.
Lou got it up softly, couldn't sink it. The French kicks it out to Haas. Ricky Belcher with Haas. And deflects the pass out of bounds. 28 seconds on the shot clock for Kansas. They lead by 2. The French was looking for the lob that time. They couldn't get it there. 18 on the shot clock. LaFrance against Hamilton, and Hamilton way on front on top of him, and there's a foul down at the baseline.
Kansas likes to run a lot of back picks, and you have to communicate defensively. And here's a back pick again. Tyronn Lue does not block LaFrance's path. They could have thrown the ball there. What you have to do is step out and block LaFrance and then recover to your man. Allow your guy to slide through, but you have to block the path of the offensive player going to the goal.
When you talk about decisions, that's the second foul on Mikey Moore, and it happened away from the basketball.
Yeah, away from the basketball, just blocking a guy, just kind of shoving him out of bounds, and he has to stay in the ball game for this team to be effective.
Danny Mee is going to keep him out there. He has 2 fouls with 8:40 left in the first half. Apparently Danny Mee is going to let him go till he gets his third if he gets it. Garner off the glass and good. He has a half dozen points.
You know, Garner, one of those guys, very talented, 6'7", about 250 pounds, physical player, can do a lot of things. Has had a couple problems this year, been suspended for a couple ball games, but the team needs him in order to play well.
The French had the shot and couldn't convert it. Vincent Hamilton grabs the board, got hit in the face, gets the ball to Lou. They're looking at it. Mikey Moore, and they lob it down inside against LaFrance. The jump hook, good by Mikey Moore. His first 2 points of the day.
Well, that was a pretty shot.
He's a good athlete, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. Done a nice job defensively in his career at Nebraska, rebounding and blocking shots. Every year he gains a little more confidence, is better offensively.
LaFrance short with the try. Hamilton clears the rebound. The Huskers with a 2-point lead in the basketball. Well, Belcher almost had it set up for the lob, but Jared Haas got back in time. Belcher to Moore against LaFrance. Wants the shot again. There's that jump hook. This one won't stick, and Pierce clears the rebound. Jacques Vaughn. Did he just walk with the ball and get by with it? Looked like he carried it back for a step or 2.
Had a little hop there, but no advantage to the offensive player, so they allow that to happen. Pierce is so good off the dribble, probably the best of the Jayhawks that can create his own shot. Had 16 points in the second half against Texas Tech after going scoreless the first half, and he had 15 in the second half and dominated the Cincinnati ball game. So Pierce is the one guy that really turns things around offensively for the Jayhawks.
Jayhawks are not shooting it well right now. Vaughn missed off the inside-out game. The pass back from LaFrance. Huskers up 2 with the ball. 39% shooting right now for Kansas, the best shooting team in the Big 12. Hamilton to Bernard Garner, down the baseline, right back to Hamilton, and there's a KU man with a hand in there. That was Jared Haas, and the Hawks dig it out. Vaughn has Gardner right behind him, and he knows it. Gardner goes over him into between the legs dribble. To an open Pierce. LaFrentz of the board. Foul counted.
Well, LaFrentz looks tired, but that time he took the ball, went straight up, never brought the ball down. His long arms, long body. This is what you teach young players. When you get a rebound, go right back up. Don't bring it down. LaFrentz will come out of the right part of your screen, keeps the ball up high, quickly off his feet, draws contact, knocks it in.
How about Jock Vaughn's court awareness, knowing Gardner was back there, and coming up out of that thing on the dribble to find the man?
And that's a big body chasing you down, too. Bernard Gardner could hurt somebody Jock Vaughn's size.
I guess it'd be hard not to know Bernard Gardner was back there. You could hear him coming. Well, you mentioned LaFrentz looking tired. I agree with you, and that missed free throw might be a little more evidence of that. He's carrying more of a load. Kansas just 3 for 8 at the free throw line in this game.
Yeah, and Rafe, you talk about load. The first ball game, Pollard set out Colorado. Rafe goes 21 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks. He's become a better defensive player inside. Without Pollard being there, he's had to.
Now the Huskers turn it over. We have a 20-20 tie with 6:04 left in our first half. Mikey Moore with 2 fouls went to work offensively and scored down, and we are back right after this message from your friends at Phillips 66, the Performance Company. We've got a game, 20-20 tie at Allen Fieldhouse with 6:04 left in the first half. John, before Jeff Mullins became the coach at North Carolina Charlotte, I did a lot of basketball games with him. He was a TV analyst. If you left for a game riding with him, you had to leave about 30 minutes early because he was going to stop about 4 times for ice cream and pop on the way down there. And he's so trim. Boy, he burns calories.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Metabolism. He's a pretty good shooter in his own right. I don't know if that ball thing works, but he was a great player, wasn't he?
The right way, it always works. If the ball goes in, then that's the right way.
You know something I've never understood? He is not in the Duke Hall of Fame. His number wasn't retired, I should say.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah, it is.
Nebraska back in the zone defense. They start with a point out front, but drops to somewhat of a 1-3-1 and a 2-3.
P.J. Pugh puts it on the floor to the corner to Haas. Hamilton came out to shut the shot down.
Nebraska can be effective because of the long reach of wingspan of Moore and Hamilton. They can cover the wings quickly. Good pass. Better catch. That was a better catch. I tell you what, the pass was actually behind Markowski. He makes the play, turns around, lays it in.
Missouri beat K-State earlier today. Matchup down in Columbia.
Look how aggressive the zone defense is. Every time a Kansas shooter gets there, there's good ball movement, though.
Vaughn to the bucket. And the tip good by Paul Pierce.
I think maybe they'll just give it to Jock Vaughn. Well, maybe they'll count the tip. I thought it was on the rim. I thought maybe Vaughn just made the layup.
We'll check the official score.
T.J. Pugh inside here, just gets pushed away. Let's see if there's a tip. I'm not sure who they gave it to. They said Pierce, but
they gave it to Pierce. I don't know. That thing may have stayed in there.
I thought that was just staying in by itself.
Now Vaughn with a miss. And Jock Vaughn not having a very good shooting day right now.
Boy, Pierce really tough on the offensive board. Very athletic, very mobile. You have to put a body on a guy like this. First time we showed you came way from the outside, right side. No one put a body on him, and that was against the zone defense. Again, against the zone, you have to find somebody. There's Pierce on the upper right part of your screen. Tyronn Lue gets caught watching the basketball. Inside goes Pierce for the offensive rebound.
Paul Pierce on the line. Second foul, Vincent Hamilton. Jock Vaughn's 0 for 3 from the floor in this ball game. Hasn't shot it much, but hasn't found the range yet. Pierce looked like he got off balance that time. Got up on his tiptoes.
Yeah, looked like he was falling forward too much. I think what's Kansas 3 for 9 now, Fred, from the free throw line.
A team that shoots 71% as a team from the free throw line for the year. Nothing wrong with that stroke. Paul Pierce has 7 points.
One of the things when you play Kansas is recognition of the defenses. Is there's a turnover by Nebraska. The first time they put pressure on, Nebraska wasn't quite ready for it. This time, again, not quite ready for the change in defense that Kansas will put on.
Kansas couldn't get it out of there. Taken away by Nebraska. T.J. Pugh tried to make a pass out of traffic and get through there. Now Lue faces Vaughn. Robertson. Willie Thomas set to return for Kansas. Lue finds Vincent Hamilton at the top of the circle.
Good defense.
Off-balance shot. Good defense by Jock Vaughn, as you mentioned. And Markowski with the miss off the rebound gets it back. Alvin Mitchell. And the Hawks have the ball. Good matchup coming up right here, John.
Yeah, Tyronn Lue and Jock Vaughn. Vaughn's strength is on the defensive end, and Lue's hit a couple baskets, but only 2 of 8. He has 4 turnovers. Look at that. Vaughn right in his shot line. Lue can do nothing but double pump and try to shoot the shot up off the rim.
Jayhawks by a point. 4:03 left in what has been a good first half here. TJ Pugh will go to the line. There's Tyronn Lue's line. 4 points, the 3 assists. He's turned it over 4 times.
You know, last year Nebraska had a school record 627 turnovers. That was nearly almost 18 a game. This year they're already at 18.7 turnovers a ball game.
It's probably a special game for TJ Pugh, the young man at the line. He's a sophomore from Omaha's Creighton Prep. His dad Tim played at Creighton University. Bob Gibson, we're told, played at Creighton Prep also.
Bob would kind of throw it high and tight on you, wouldn't he, Fred?
He was a little mean.
he didn't like the crowd to play, Fred. If you stood up there, he might dust you off sometimes.
Yeah, he was an active basketball player, too. Played with the Globetrotters.
They don't pitch like he does anymore. You know that? They don't allow you to do that.
Nope. Ryan Robertson. Mikey Moore, who's gone with 2 fouls now. We have 3:40 left in the first half, and Denny Nee keeping him on the floor of those 2 fouls. Mikey Moore cleared a big rebound.
Well, no, chance for Nebraska. Kansas not playing well offensively, but opportunities now for Nebraska to try to get ahead by 5 or 6, 7 points or more, because you have to against this Kansas team. You know they will wake up offensively.
And good, solid, fundamental defense by the Jayhawks again, and a foul on Markowski. How about the effort Kansas has given it? Jock Vaughn just digging for the ball down there. Got them all out of kilter. We have time out here. 3:27 left in the first half. The Jayhawks by 1. Good ball game. Not a high-scoring ball game, John.
Yeah, very not good shooting so far. Nebraska's turned the ball over a few too many times. Shooting 40%. Kansas only shooting 36, but more troublesome 4 of 12 from the free throw line where you're not being guarded, and that's one of the things that you have to convert when you play games.
There are those shooting percentages. Good intensity, defensive end, both sides.
Yeah, Nebraska's so good defensively, really, their long arms, athletic bodies. They get into a lot of shot lines. Another good steal by Markowski.
Huskers take it away, sitting back in that zone, and now Tyronn Lue up to Garner. Garner against Paul Pierce. 4 games not Garner's game, and he gives it up to Lue.
Yeah, Florence trying to post up Robertson, a little bit too big a body. Ryan got caught for holding down low.
They found the mismatch in a hurry, didn't they?
Yeah, Florence about 6'5", 225, very athletic. Sat out last ball game against Iowa State because of knee problems. Has a lot of soreness in his knees. One of the better defenders in the conference. Always draws a tough assignment for the Cornhuskers.
Team fouls. Kansas 5. Nebraska's been charged with 10. Huskers down 1. Take it down inside. Florence. Oh, Mikey Moore wide open off the great dish.
You know, yeah, Florence just threw Ryan Robertson down really on the floor. And once he did that, Lue found him, and then Florence made a move, drew the double team, and kicked it to Moore.
Thomas, Moore in the middle of that zone defense, picks up Paul Pierce, who gives it up. They find Thomas wide open for 3 and knocked it down. Boy, he can shoot it.
Yeah, that is just so smooth. I mean, that's fun to watch. I like to watch shooters, Fred, and that young man's really fun.
Well, they move the basketball well. They find him wide open. And he puts the Hawks up by 2 points. And Lue at the baseline, got on the out-of-bounds strike. The Huskers turn it over.
Last possession. Take a look at Ryan Robertson. Gets thrown aside. Just kind of gets pushed a little bit. And Lue sees that. We'll get to see it later probably.
Thomas, 3 from the corner, and he's fouled.
3 and 1.
Oh. Willie Thomas knocked down his 3rd three, and he's going to go to the line. And look at the Kansas bunch.
How about Matt Doherty on the sideline? He thinks he's playing back in Tar Heel country.
Big play for the Jayhawks.
Well, Billy Thomas can shoot it, and you better get there in a hurry. Once he gets it set up, I would give Jock Vaughn the shot rather than getting him to swing pass back to Thomas. The challenge, the knockdown, the bucket, and Billy gets the chance for 4 points.
He has 9 on 3 trays right now. And a timeout taken here. There's 2:10 left in the first half. The Jayhawks, with a mini run at least, have gone up by 5 after trailing by a couple.
You know, there's a couple ways to excite crowds. One is that dunk, and the other is that bomb. And you know, let's take a look back at that Nebraska possession when we had Florence posting up Ryan Robertson. When he gets the ball here, look at the defense. He draws 3 guys, penetration, 3 white jerseys around Florence. He makes a good pass and a good decision to Mikey Moore.
That resulted in Mikey Moore's 4th point. There's Larry Florence, the 6'5 sophomore from Phoenix City, Alabama. He's just a big, strong guy. Bigger and stronger than Ryan Robertson, the man trying to guard him. Ryan Robertson's going to have to do it with hustle to keep that matchup. Now Thomas to the line.
Well, Billy Thomas again, another important ingredient to this great Kansas team. And when they went to UConn on the road in Connecticut, played their hearts out and played a game that they thought they could win, Billy Thomas walks in and hits 11 points against UConn in 11 minutes. And that's the things he can do for this ball club.
Good for your shooter that missed the free throw, and KU still trouble at the line now. The double team. Lou wants a 20-second timeout.
20-second timeout, Nebraska.
Thomas and Vaughn had the double team on Lou, who called the timeout.
Yeah, now Lou either has to split that defense or his teammates have to find an opening because they're wasting some timeouts possession. There's a little shove by the point guard. Little guys acting like big, strong guys. Little push, little shove, just a little challenge.
Leave me alone.
This is Jock would say this is my home court.
We're at Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence.
The little smile, the little smirk by Vaughn coming out.
He's been there, he knows.
Yeah, he has.
Halftime, we're going to take you back to Studio 66 and Doug Bell to catch you up on what's happening around college basketball, and particularly around the Big 12 today. Missouri has checked in with a win over Kansas State, and a pretty big win at that, 85-63. The Tigers have been knocking on the door of a win for a while. Put one together today, it sounds like. Tyronn Lue off the rim. Mikey Moore with a big offensive rebound. Larry Florence working against Billy Thomas.
Boy, how quickly the Jayhawks recover defensively. They help and recover. Quickly they get back to offensive players.
They just work at it, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. I mean, they really do. It's a credit to their coaching staff, really a credit to the kids. I mean, defense, one of those things, it's all heart and guts and communication and trusting your teammates. And that guy right there has done a heck of a job with this program.
Mikey Moore picks off the inbounds pass, a new 35 for Nebraska. Boy, defenses and rebounding are just a mindset, aren't they? The willingness to work hard.
You know, it's interesting. When teams come in to play Kansas, a lot of coaches will say, hey, our kids got a lesson today. They learned how to play hard the whole ball game.
LaFrance just stuck Mikey Moore for another block. And the held ball will belong to Nebraska. The Huskers get a possession.
Well, we sound like a broken record. Lou beats his man. There's the help defense. Nowhere to go as he puts it to Mikey Moore. And here comes more help defense.
Nebraska 22 on the shot clock, having trouble. They get it inbounds and deflected by P.J. Williams. It'll be out of bounds now with 21 seconds on the shot clock for Nebraska. Kansas by 5, a minute 22 left in the first half. And again, Doug Bell in Studio 66 coming up at halftime.
B.J. Williams looks a little lost out guard Tyronn Lue. He needs some help from Vaughn, and Vaughn comes and gives it to him.
Lue finds Florence, 11 on the shot clock. 9 on the shot clock. Lue off a pick from Garner. Double team.
Good job by B.J. Williams. Nebraska likes to run a lot of pick and rolls when the shot clock goes down. And in order to combat that, the big man who sets a pick defensively have to step out and contain. B.J. Williams did a great job.
13th turnover. Charge to Nebraska.
Yeah, we talked about it on the open. One of the keys, you can't do it against this type of ball club.
56 seconds left at halftime, and Haas is fouled by Alvin Mitchell along the baseline. Cookie Belcher will return now for Nebraska. 54 seconds left in the half. Kansas up by 5. Jared Haas to the line. 73% shooter. Has 4 points a day. The Hawks, John, 4 for 13 at the free throw.
Yeah, really surprising in their own building. One of those things that is contagious, good and bad. When the things go bad, everyone tries to kind of aim the ball and do things. When you're going good, it's easy to stand up there and just knock them in all day long.
5 points, Jared Haas. Full court pressure now, and Bernard Gardner, the big guy, is going to dribble past everybody and say, whoa. Tyronn Lue.
Took him a while to slow her down, didn't it?
Put his coaster brakes on. Mikey Moore backing in against LaFrentz and spins and scores, and he has a half dozen points.
Boy, there's a good move. Again, Mikey Moore 6'11", but he can play like he's about 7'6", as high as he can get up in his reach with his arms. That time they're going to call a goaltender.
Give Jacques Vaughn his first 2 points of the ball game. Mikey Moore called for the goaltend. Kansas by 6, 30 seconds left in the half. I'm a little surprised Denny Nee didn't take Mikey Moore out right there. They've got 30 seconds left. He's got 2 fouls. Intercepted.
It's kind of that defense. They hide a little bit, and then they test you. Teron Lou's only a sophomore, and he'll learn. 20-second timeout by Roy Williams. What they try to do is set you up a little bit. And Lou's learning as he's a sophomore. They set him up perfect. It looked like Mikey Moore was wide open, and he wasn't. Right when he threw the ball, there stands a Jayhawk.
B.J. Williams made the move and got the interception. Kansas with a timeout here.
Here's the full court pressure by Kansas. If you can get it right back in, here comes Big Bernard. Allen down the court. Here's about when he tries to get her slowed down. Move the basketball around. You've already moved some bodies. And again, 6'11", athletic. Got away with maybe a baby step. Lays it in off the glass.
KU ball with 15 seconds left in the half. They'll run the set play here. 10 seconds left in the half. Jacques Vaughn.
Look for Billy Thomas.
Thomas with the ball. Now Haas wide open for 3 and off target with it. And the ball will go out of bounds with 1 second left. Nebraska will have it. Well, you had the right guy.
Yeah, they had a look. Probably a little deep for Jared Haas. He has good range, but that was maybe a little bit further out. And 1 second left. You never want the other team to have a good look at it.
Bernard Gardner wanted to throw the home run ball. Does. And intercepted by Jared Haas. And that'll be the end of the half. And at halftime, Kansas getting a strong argument from this Nebraska ball club here. The Jayhawks looking for their 22nd straight win, leading 32-26. We're in Allen Fieldhouse. We'll be right back. Today's game is brought to you by Phillips 66, makers of super clean gasolines and top Arctic motor oil. By Brewery Fresh Bud Light, who reminds you fresh beer tastes better. By Shelter Insurance. For your life, home, car, farm, or business, Shelter Insurance will always be there for you. And by Southwestern Bell. For all your communication needs. Yes, it's that simple. 6. Nebraska at one time held the lead for a pretty good stretch of time till right at the end of the half when the Jayhawks put together that little mini run. Kansas led by as many as 6 early on it. Let's recap the first half and see how we got here. 6 is where we are.
Yeah, again, you know, really the turnovers, and that's a killer. Nebraska better cut it down because that will not win the ball game. Lose 6 turnovers. That's tough. Rebounding, Nebraska's done well. The big key down there, free throws. Kansas 15 attempts. In the last 3 games, 3 losses for Nebraska. The opponent has shot 52 more free throw attempts and converted 34 of that. Nebraska only 2 and 2 for the free throw line. Have to go to the basket with a little more authority and try to draw some contact by this Kansas team.
Nebraska's rebounding a bit of a story. Kansas leading the conference in rebounding margin, out rebounding their opponents by 12.5 a game, and Nebraska got the upper hand there. Mikey Moore without a block in the first half, the leading shot blocker.
But had a good first half.
Yeah, he did.
6 points, 7 rebounds. You have to really feel good if you're Danny Nee. I mean, they didn't play as well as they can play. Only down 6. Kansas, I would think Roy Williams is telling his club, hey, we didn't play as well as we could. We could be behind, but we're ahead, and let's continue from here.
As the second half starts, this is where Nebraska really has to be alert to not letting KU put the run on them. They're awfully good at doing this. They've been down by 16 points 3 times this year to excellent teams and came back to win them.
Yeah, most recently, just last week or this past week, Texas Tech went on a 16-3 run in about a 5-minute period that second half and automatically got right back in the ballgame.
LaFrentz scores over Benson Hamilton. Rafe LaFrentz with his 6th point.
And comebacks have not been not unheard of at Nebraska. They were down 18 or 20 points at Kansas State, down 18 against Texas A&M, won both those ball games, but it was at home. Nebraska on a 3-game losing streak.
An 8-point lead, the biggest of the ball game now. The Jayhawks get the first 2 in the second half. Belcher, deflection and steal by Rafe LaFrentz. And Jacques Vaughn diving for the ball.
What hustle.
Oh. Vaughn and LaFrentz both diving headlong to get the ball, and they saved it somehow. I thought Vaughn was surely laying out of bounds when he hit the ball, but apparently not. He was out of our sight. Let the miss, and here comes Tyronn Lue. Hamilton, short. LaFrance, come on, here come the Jayhawks. Oh, what a pass to Paul Pierce. He's fouled by Larry Florence, his third.
Well, here's your floor leader. Jock Vaughn Sr., great hustle. Look at the save. Not out of bounds, keeps it in play. And then the next possession down the pass, puts it up ahead. Smart decision by Vaughn. What you want to do with a guy like Paul Pierce is give him a lead pass. When he's out on the floor, out on the wing, don't waste dribbles yourself. Give it up to a guy that's good with the basketball.
8 points, Paul Pierce. 4 for 5 at the line in this game. Are the Jayhawks putting together a run to start the second half? 10-point lead, their biggest. They've scored the first 4 points in the second half. And they're going to work now to get the defensive stop. Lue against Vaughn. Lawrence deflected. KU defense taking over.
Trapping defense. They trapped at half court, and then they just start going after the basketball.
Williams, Haas knocked loose in the lane, and Haas is going to save it. And now a foul. Cookie Belcher talking to Tyronn Lue after he committed a foul. After Belcher did, I should say. First on Belcher. Distant cousins, those two, both from Mexico, Missouri. Vaughn against Lue. Picked up the dribble. Now Williams. Pierce trying to throw it inside to LaFrance and taken away by Vincent Hamilton.
Yeah, big possession that time defensively by Nebraska to take away Kansas's little momentum. They had the crowd excited. Now if they can score on the offensive end.
Oh, Hamilton put a pick on Jacques Vaughn. I mean, he stopped him cold. Hamilton set the pick that time, and a foul at the other end of the drive by Tyronn Lue.
What Lue does so effectively when he comes off pick and rolls is, in fact, he turns a corner. LaFrance, there's a good screen on Vaughn. You can't allow Lue to get around the corner because now he has more options. He can shoot it. He can find teammates. If you slide defensively straight out or stop him at that point, you have a better chance. But Lue is very fast, very explosive.
First foul on Rafe LaFrance. Tyronn Lue now with 5 points. Kind of a standoff in the first half. The 2-point guard, Jacques Vaughn, 2 points, 4 assists. Lue, 4 points, 3 assists, but he had those 6 turnovers.
And they're required by their team to do different things. Lue's more of a scorer type. He runs the floor, but he needs to score more points for his Nebraska team. Jacques Vaughn just needs to run the show, find the right guys at the right time.
Down inside, Pierce. Anything of the guards they've had at Nebraska.
Wow, there's a block.
Whoa, big time block. Strickland and that group. Ron Boone left. Andre Woolridge.
Andre Woolridge, one of the best in the country at Iowa, played there as a freshman and probably made a good move because when you had Boone and Strickland, there wasn't enough room for all those guys to play.
See, when I saw him Wednesday night, he sold me. He's good.
Yeah, he's strong. He's not very big, 6'1", but physical shoulder, strong, and he gets by people.
Real strong upper body. The French just having a hard time finding the range. He was 2 for 6 in the first half. He's missed that shot a couple of times in this ballgame.
Yeah, still getting good looks at the basket, though.
I imagine Roy Williams will say, you keep shooting that shot.
Yeah, they'll take that percentage. I mean, they'll take that kind of shot.
Huskers down 8 to the Jayhawks. 17:20 left in the game. Florence puts it on the floor and scores.
This kid is explosive. Doesn't score a lot of points, nearly 9 a game, but really explosive first step.
Now that's Jacques Vaughn.
Yeah, they caught him with an elbow. Lue is bothering Vaughn a little bit. Vaughn is pushed off a couple times down, and Lue, a pesky guard, reaching in. Vaughn got him with an elbow. Again, the two little guys, but they fight like heavyweights, folks. There's the reach. There's the elbow upside the head.
Lue in the corner to Florence. You mentioned Florence averaging 9 points a game. The Huskers have 4 starters averaging double figures. Florence 9. The Jayhawks have 5 starters averaging double figures. Good balance on both teams. Now Florence fouled by Paul Pierce. His second.
Pierce playing defense. Has that expression like you can't believe that.
He doesn't change expressions very much, does he?
No, he doesn't. I watched doing the Tech game. He came out. He had 0 points at half. Had that same look on his face right there. And, you know, consistently just kind of gave Tech 16 the second half. looks like it's nonchalant, but it's pretty explosive in his way.
He's a sophomore. LaFrance a junior. Scott Pollard a senior on the bench right now with the stress fracture. Jared Haas a senior. Vaughn a senior, but Ryan a sophomore. They have players coming back next year. They're going to lose a lot of good ones, but they have a lot of good ones coming back. Now Vaughn passes down here, but they can't get it to him. Oh! Blocked by Mikey Moore, his first block of the game after a great move. And Florence can't convert him to the other end. Benson Hamilton in heavy traffic is fouled by Jared Haas.
I'll tell you what, Nebraska has come out with a surge as far as just energy. Defensively, they are playing hard and attacking the glass offensively. Watch this move by Vaughn. That's really special, but Mikey Moore says not here, not at this time. And then Florence, a good athlete, goes right to the rim. But look at all the red shirts chasing that ball. Belcher up for the ball. Hamilton up for the ball. Then he draws contact, reach in foul, put Hamilton on the free throw line.
Mikey Moore with 67 blocks now, second in the conference. Delvin Cato, big shot blocker at Iowa State. 4 fouls in the second half, charged to KU now. Benson Hamilton at the line. With a miss. He has 6 points.
You know what, Fred, maybe it's that basket. I mean, that's where Kansas had a hard time free throws. Maybe it's the bucket.
Must be off.
That's what the kids will say, I guarantee you that.
Well, that one got a lot of iron, but it's stuck. Benson Hamilton now with 7 points. 5-point lead KU. Jacques Vaughn with the basketball.
And Billy Thomas now in for Kansas, hit 3 3-pointers, and they will look for him to come off picks. Belcher's going to have to stay in his face.
Is with him right now, diving, digging at the ball, took it away. Great hustle. Scramble. Tyronn Lue's got it. And knocked it down. 8 points, Tyronn Lue. 3-point lead, Kansas. Jacques Vaughn for the Jayhawks. The #1 ranked team in the country for 9 straight weeks, Kansas. In the top 10 for 46 straight weeks, and in the polls for 108.
Look at Belcher play. He ran over Vaughn, and he's in Thomas's face. I'm saying Belcher has a football body, folks, and you set a pick on him, this young kid will keep playing.
That's 4 fouls on Benson Hamilton. That's going to be a problem.
You know, we've given Kansas a lot of credit defensively, the aggressiveness, but watch the Cornhusker. Billy Thomas there. We mentioned Cookie Belcher. Belcher goes over the top, saves. It's still loose on the floor. Here comes Tyronn Lue, and off the races. Nebraska is in this ball game because of hard play and determination.
That wasn't on Hamilton. They got Mikey Moore, and that will be his 3rd foul, so he's going to have to watch it some more. He played the last 8:04 of the first half with 2 fouls. Now he's on his 3rd foul with 15:51 left to play. Boy, he holds the ball a long time, doesn't he?
Yeah, it gets quiet in here. That breaks a 7-0 run by Nebraska the last 3 minutes.
3rd foul. Or 3rd point, I should say, for Jacques Vaughn. How about the seniors here, John? Their record is 102-19 as a class.
Yeah, amazing. Says a lot about them as individuals. 102 wins, and they're not done yet.
15:51 left in this one. Kansas leading by 6 at halftime, up by 5 now, and we're back after this from your friends at Phillips 66, the Performance Company. Jayhawks by 5. There you see a long way to go. 15:51, and we'll remind you to enter the Phillips 66 gasoline giveaway for a chance to win 5 years of free gasoline, a trip for 2 to the Big 12 basketball tournament, and a 1997 Ford F-150 pickup. All of that stuff. Check for details at participating Phillips 66 stations. Tyronn Lue.
Kansas plays cat and mouse with the trap. They kind of show trap. Lou's trying to figure it out. Toughest job for point guards when they come here to Lawrence to play is to figure out what defense Kansas will try to do.
Mikey Moore held by TJ Pugh, and the crowd really reacting to that call in there. They thought it came kind of fast, I think. 2nd foul on TJ Pugh.
Yeah, the way the physical play has been in Big 12 basketball. Here's, boy, he's really pounding him there, wasn't he, Fred? I mean, these guys have battled all day. You always wonder how a call gets in there, the fact that they're just battling, and then a whistle comes. Pugh picks up another foul.
Pugh with 2 quick fouls, now has 3. Roy Williams looking down, just kind of spreading his arms and saying, what are we doing down there, guys? How about Roy Williams? 9th year, 234 and 56. 5 Big 8 championships in the last 6 years. 7 NCAA tournaments, 2 Final Fours. How's that?
Not too bad. And you know what? When I pulled into that, I was talking to some Kansas fans. They're not satisfied unless they win the whole thing. That's what's sad. I said, hey, enjoy, folks.
Yes.
This is fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, this really is a special team. You and I have both seen a lot of Kansas teams down through the years. Maybe you've had some that had a little more talent in this. I don't know, but they haven't had a better team in this, in my opinion. I think it's the best team I've ever seen here.
Yeah, you get Pollard back, and not too many weaknesses in that whole squad. That was a little weak there, though.
Here's to the miss. It's off the hands of T.J. Pugh. Nebraska has the ball down by 4 with 15:09 to play. It's really a special bunch, and you alluded to the things. They're care for one another, their work ethic, and all those things that go into making up a good team. But tell you what, it's a minefield in college basketball.
Yeah, it is.
They made it this far without a loss.
And there's a team right here today that you can tell has the confidence right now that they're close in this ball game now. They have a chance. If they take care of the ball and not throw it away, Nebraska probably feels they have a chance to win this game.
Yeah.
Boy, Vaughn and Lou are really going at each other. Oh, what a pass. Pugh just dropped it.
Pugh diving for it. They scramble near the baseline. Vaughn's on the deck and saves it. What a save by Jacques Vaughn to Paul Pierce. And now Pierce to the bucket. Oh, on the scramble. Charging foul on Paul Pierce, his third. I tell you what, folks, they were really getting after it down there.
And how about a momentum booster for Nebraska? I thought Pierce was going to take off and fly. Watch Jacques Vaughn again, the leader. On the floor another time. He gets his hand off the inbound line and saves a basketball. Watch Pierce. I think he's going to take off. And here comes Mikey Moore. Gets into the picture, takes a charge. That is terrific defense by this Cornhusker team.
By a guy who had 3 fouls.
Yeah, you're right.
With 14:18 to play. Took a gamble and won it. And now a whistle on the foul on Nebraska. They're going to take it the other way.
Guys, just silly mistakes. And Bernard Garner again has had some silly mistakes, especially his senior year. He sits out the Colorado game, was suspended. Colorado did not win by very much at Colorado. Garner plays. They might win that ball game, Nebraska. Silly foul there. Tyronn Lue's going to try to take Ryan Robertson off the dribble with Jacques Vaughn on the bench.
Battle for the basketball, and it's Nebraska ball. Last touch by T.J. Pugh as he tried to save the ball for him. Not his fault. Nothing they could do about it. Roy Williams club in a battle here. Danny Nees, Nebraska ball club. Really playing hard.
Look for Tyronn Lue again to be a little more aggressive against Ryan Robertson.
So far, Nebraska's been able to prevent that run. Tyronn Lue, soft shot, won't fall, tip won't go. And Pugh has it. Here come the Hawks up by 4.
A great block out by Lue against a very athletic Mikey Moore. Or by Pugh, I'm sorry.
Ryan Robertson. Pugh having trouble holding on to the ball. Saved it to Robertson with a long save. Deep corner. Williams, that was Thomas, and they wouldn't go. But the Huskers can't hang on to it.
T.J. Pugh not being able to handle the ball inside. Robertson fires it really hard to his right hand, and pretty tough catch there. He was going inside, but he saves it back in play. You know, right now defensively, where the shots that Kansas is getting, they're being challenged on every shot. Billy Thomas had a look there, but not for long. When he went up for the shot, someone was in his face. Nebraska has been terrific on the defensive end.
Boy, both clubs really working hard defensively. Vincent Hamilton now back in.
There it is again.
Oh, with a lob to Williams.
Ryan Robertson, terrific pass. The back pick, the lob against the zone defense. We saw it in the first half.
The Hawks by 6. The crowd is in it, and now Nebraska may have to fight off a run. This is usually when it happens, and the crowd is in the ballgame.
Boy, there is no better place in college basketball. This place is crazy.
Lue. Huskers need something. Belcher got it for him. 4 points, Cookie Belcher. And a touch foul at the other end. Markowski, his third.
We saw the alley-oop in the first half, and when the play against the zone, the ball movement, look at Ryan Robertson can just set his sights. No hand in his face. They run a back pick. B.J. Williams goes back, and what a big offensive play and move by Cookie Belcher. The crowd was going crazy. Belcher just took him baseline, got smacked upside the head, still made the layup.
How tough is that pass to throw? accurately?
I don't know. I don't think it's that hard. All you have to do is put it on the other side of the rim, just left of the rim or right of the rim, wherever direction you are. If there's a guy in your face, it's hard to throw it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just standing there, it's basically shooting the ball just one rim removed.
Thomas, they left him wide open. That one's in and out. Here come the Huskers. Lou in the middle of it. 3-on-2. Pulls up. Fouled, and he'll go to the line. Ryan Robertson got him from behind. Well, for one thing, you throw that lob, you got a good athlete on the receiving end of it, don't you?
Yeah, it helps if you have a guy that goes way above the rim. Lou pushing, loves to stop and shoot. Probably had Belcher on a drop-off, but drew contact, will shoot 2 fouls.
You know what? That foul was not on Ryan Robertson. That foul was on T.J. Pugh, and it's his 4th. But Pugh's having kind of a tough day out here, and I'm sure this game really means something to him. He's from Omaha, Nebraska. I'm sure he'd love to have a big day here, but it's been a little tough for him to this point. So he has 4 fouls. Tyronn Lue, right now the #1 free throw shooter in the conference, 88% from the year, 3 for 3 at the line, 9 points today.
And what's important about having your point guard shoot good free throws, as I kind of half jinx him before I get it out, it's the fact he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. If he can get to the free throw and you shoot nearly 90% in the conference play, that really helps your team.
Spinning move, and the bucket good by Nick Bradford off the spinning move. His first 2 points of the game.
Good hustle defensively by LaFrance. Hamilton running out offensively.
We were talking about the point guard and shooters. Corey Brewer down at Oklahoma gets to the line a lot. Good free throw shooter. Lou. And now Pugh coming out of the ballgame. LaFrance back in.
After the basket, Hamilton runs out. LaFrance staying with him, knocks it away.
Garner can't pick up the inbounds pass, knocked away in there. Took 2 seconds off the shot clock.
Now where Hamilton is underneath, they sometimes can throw it up high. They like to throw it up to Mikey Moore, who's not in, but they can throw it up a little higher to Vincent Hamilton, who can go up and get it. Lou against Robertson. He will try to take him again, I have a feeling.
The guy in the blue suit with the glasses.
Good defense.
Scott Pollard on the Kansas bench with that stress fracture. Florence up short with it. LaFrance with the rebound. The Hawks up 5. The Huskers trying to stop him here. Robertson turned back by Tyronn Lue.
Jared Hass has been quiet so far this ball game. Good penetration.
Here's short. Lawrence had it.
Yeah, just means missing some easy shots.
Yeah, they are. Both sides actually now, and we have a timeout here in Allen Fieldhouse. 11:33 left in this ball game, and still a good one. Kansas leading Nebraska by 5. Kansas led by 6 at halftime. They're up by 5 now, 11:33. And again, the Huskers so far able to prevent the big run by KU that has been the trademark of this team all year.
You know, good picture, Tyronn Lue. Walking confidence. I mean, you can see it in his face. He has confidence as a player of running his team. I think they feel good at the position they're in Allen Fieldhouse right now. Oh, good steal. Oh, my.
How about the pass after the steal?
What a play by a 6'11 player. Out on the wing, knocks it away. So much for confidence at times.
All right, at 7 KU. Larry Florence in heavy traffic. Tried to get rid of it. Mitchell couldn't catch it.
This team is good because they can do it in a number of ways, offensively and defensively. They're not shooting well, so put a little more pressure defensively. LaFrance makes the steal. He could have had it back and had a windmill dunk. Robertson takes it in, and then the next trip down the defensive end, turnover again by Nebraska.
How about the recognition by LaFrance? As soon as he intercepted it, he knew right where Ryan Robertson was and made a nice soft pass to him. Great hands. Pierce. Robertson.
We talked about Robertson has not been shooting, not a good pass.
LaFrance with a catch, though, and made it.
Lucky break. Bradford, a freshman mistake, not a good pass.
Kansas up by 9 and a foul at the other end of the floor.
Looks like Robertson got Lue as he penetrated back. LaFrance has such soft hands, meaning he has such a great touch of catching the ball. The reaction of when it hit his hands, he turned around, comes right off the board. His hands are up in the air, plays it in. I was talking about Ryan Robertson earlier. Has not shot the ball well, but when you have a layup or anything that gets you on the board, that may help his outside shooting because all it is about confidence.
Tyronn Lue. 4 for 5 at the line now. 10 points today for Tyronn Lue. Trying to get Nebraska back within 7. There's his day. 5 rebounds, a bit of a surprise. He had a half dozen turnovers in the first half, more than he usually will commit.
Yeah, he has 7 for the game, and the old adage, speed kills. Fred, sometimes he goes so fast and trying to do so many things, but his maturity over last year has just been terrific.
Belcher got a hand on it, but Haas off the screen from Paul Pierce knocks it down.
Jared has hit 2 baskets from the outside today. He was 1 of 9 against Texas Tech. And for him to hit jump shots, that's what allows Kansas to be better offensively. Good back door.
Oh. Great cut, the bucket, and the foul. Larry Florence to the line.
Watch the ball fake as Florence sets up his man. Take a look. Hamilton makes a ball fake. They jump out. It's Bradford, the freshman, again. Always a learning process in this Big 12 conference. Good layup by Florence.
Second foul on Rafe LaFrance. Larry Florence, 4 points today. Pierce grabs the missed free throw. The Hawks move it up, down, or rather leading by 7 with 10-11 to play.
Hamilton fronting LaFrance. Kansas usually does a nice job of clearing the backside, and they get a lot of lobs.
Kansas is so deep. They just wear people down after a while. They keep throwing all that depth at you. So far, Nebraska is able to keep their legs and stay after things. And Mikey Moore's played a lot. So is Lue. Pierce with a spinning move. Got his own rebound. And blocked by Vincent Hamilton. They are 2-on-2. Lue going to take the shot and knocked it down.
He only got pushed twice that time. He made the move as he went up. Looked like LaFrance pushed him from behind. He was coming back. Robertson knocked him down. Lue still makes a basket.
9 points in the second half, 13 in the game, and now the push off, and Mikey Moore may have just been caught. That's his 4th.
Credit this Nebraska team. They have come into Allen Fieldhouse, and they've done it on the defensive end. Aggressive play, good spin move by Pierce. And as he gets his own ball back, Mikey Moore's behind him on one side. He tries to split him. Hamilton makes a pass. Now watch the lower. You'll see LaFrance come in. A little bit of a push there. Underneath on Lue, the concentration, he still makes it.
3 from the deep corner by Jared Haas. He has 10. Kansas by 8. Mikey Moore with 4 fouls and over 9 minutes to go in this game. And Danny Nee is saying we can't win it without you.
Yeah, and Haas again, another big outside shot. The first game Pollard was out. Haas had 20 points in Colorado, hit 4 or 5 3-pointers. He's a senior. He has stepped up when needed.
Tyronn Lue might have forced that shot, missed it. Great save by Hamilton from Moore in the lane. Oh, my.
Oh, is that a play? That ball was partially blocked and he dunked it.
It's a 6-point ball game again as Pierce cuts one loose and knocks it down. 11 for Paul Pierce. Kansas by 8, and quite a game.
We've got a game going on here, Fred. Back and forth.
Lue with the tremendous dish in the bucket by Florence. Oh,
this is getting fun.
Yes.
Look at it. Here we go again.
Pass with a spinning bucket.
All right, turn them loose, guys.
Giddy up basketball. Listen to the crowd in Allen. This is some game, folks. Both coaches patting the top of their head right now, calling the play. Listen to the crowd. This is what it's about. Mikey Moore had it knocked loose. Robertson saves it. Kansas by 8 with the ball. Pierce puts it on the floor. And a miss. Danny Nee saying, slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, let's here's an opportunity. Now, here's what happens with Kansas. Is the fact that, Tyronn Lue, that's a 10-second count. He did not get it across. Scott Howard, Nebraska assistant, was looking at Lue to get it up. Tyronn Lue walked the ball up the floor, and sure enough, 10-second clock went off.
Wow, that is an unusual play right there. You don't see that often. We have timeout, 7:56 to play. Kansas has the ball in an 8-point lead when we get back.
Now Robinson and Brandt fighting.
An 8-point lead in the basketball. Ryan Robertson has been on the floor for a while now, and Jacques Vaughn was out of the game.
Good pass. Look at the help defense.
A scramble for a loose ball. LaFrance had it, dropped it, Lue dives for it, and Bernard Gardner grabs it.
Boy, these kids playing hard. Great help defense by Nebraska on the back door. Pass couldn't get rid of it in time.
I'll tell you what, everything has been contested. The defenses, intense, have played so hard today, both sides.
You know, with aggressive help side defense and behind you, you can be more aggressive on the ball as a player. As a guard, Ryan Robertson, another turnover from Tyronn Lue. He took a step, but you can be more aggressive on the basketball because knowing if you get beat defensively, they're going to help you out.
Boy, that tough defense just doesn't give you room to breathe at either end. 23 turnovers, Nebraska. The most they've committed in a game this year, 25. There's Hass.
Oh, he can't do that from the rim. I don't believe you can do that one. That ought to be technical. I mean, you know, he hung on the rim and just tried to hang there and put it back in.
Danny Nee wants to know why it isn't called.
I mean, you can hang on there if you're going to get undercut. It looked as though I didn't see anybody there. He went in to make the move.
Danny Nee wanted the tee. Didn't get it. Does have the rock, though. They're down by 8 with a basketball. Tyronn Lue, Cookie Belcher. John Vaughn back in the game for Kansas. Defending Lue.
Again, one of the things that the Kansas strength is their bench. Ryan Robertson gives you some great minutes. Vaughn comes in refreshed. Tyronn Lue's kind of wearing down a little bit, although he'll stay with it. But again, you have a fresh body on another guy. Good shot by Mikey Moore.
Mikey Moore knocks it down.
Again, quiet confidence you can see on the faces of this Nebraska team.
Now it's a 6-point ball game with 6:28 to play. Well, the Huskers have lost some tough ones. They've lost 4 games by a total of 12 points. 5 of those losses to ranked teams. 5 of their losses on the year, I should say. They're 11-8. Vaughn. Billy Thomas from downtown missed. Benson Hamilton grabs the rebound.
I'm not sure that's a good shot. Billy's a good shooter, but a defender on him about 28, 30 feet from the basket might not be the shot you want in this situation.
Now you got a lot of time on the shot clock. 6-point lead. Clock under 6. Lue against Vaughn. He clears side. He gets a pick, and Vaughn fights through it.
Yeah, good defense by Vaughn. Good help by B.J. Williams. Another turnover.
Hamilton couldn't catch it.
Oh, boy, what a pass.
Pass. With a miss, Tyronn Lue is fouled.
Boy, fortunately, Lue didn't get hurt. His knee got bent backwards there. Again, the defensive job. Vaughn picks it up. He had Thomas on his left, decided here's the pass. Just a missed attempt, but good challenge by Garner. Watch Lue go down. Watch the knee bend, but not too bad.
Billy Thomas with the foul. Benson Hamilton's going to get a breather. Andy Markowski in for Nebraska. Tyronn Lue to the line.
A little comparison. One of the things Lue hasn't done, 9 turnovers. Can't do that and have a successful day. It's going to be hard to win if you turn the ball over that many times. Vaughn again in charge of running his team, not putting as many points on, and really not the kind of guy that scores a lot of points.
Doesn't have to, does he?
You know, one of the things that we talked about free throw shooting at halftime, Nebraska's now been to the line 15 times. Lue misses 2 big ones. They're getting to the line more, but they're not making any. 7 for 15 in the second half.
Markowski saved the rebound, and Lue took it to the bucket but missed the shot. Jock Vaughn. Jared Hass tried to reverse it, blocked, hammered, and fouled.
Relentless. Continue pressure on the offensive end. Make the defenders get back. Make them stop the ball. Make them stop their paths to the basket. Kansas does a nice job continually put pressure on the defense.
If you don't get back against Kansas, you're going to be hustling to get it inbounds before the 5-second count is up because they're going to be down there shooting it.
Yeah, you know what, Fred? Let's check the rim on the one end. You know, that's 12 for 30 down there at that end. That something's wrong with that hoop. I'll give the kids that.
I think you're right. It's all happening at one end. Now Jared Hass.
And they all make
right
it.
makes it. 13 points for Jared Hass.
Yeah, something's wrong there. These kids will love me for saying that.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's all right.
Let's get the exact numbers at both ends of this thing.
The coaches won't show them this tape. They'll say, hey, that guy's way off.
Hass got them both with the friendly rim at that end.
Yeah, the game over here is 8 for 8 on that rim and 12 for 30 on the other. Here comes the Kansas crowd once again. And Alvin Mitchell's going to have to handle it. Good passing.
Rafe LaFrentz thought he had the block. He's called for a foul, his third.
I thought he was called. I think he pushed down low. I think it was a good call. But watch, Alvin Mitchell beats the double team. Outstanding, makes a pass. Good touch pass here by Hamilton. Watch the lower pass. See the right hand? The right hand was in the back and pushed him. Outstanding call down low. Can you see the right hand here? It's hard to see. He pushes, makes a clean block. Rafe, you can't do that.
John, I think you know what you're talking about with that rim down there.
Well, Markowski only shoots 54%, and that wasn't the smoothest shot I've ever seen from Andy. Ord, Nebraska has been really instrumental in this ball club. Averaged about 18 minutes a game for the last 10 ball games, but misses 2. Nebraska having a tough go this second half. Only 7 of 17 from the line this half.
At that end in the first half, KU was 5 for 15. Nebraska at the other end was 2 for 2, and Kansas is 6 for 6, so they haven't missed at one end. And at the other end, they're 12 for 30 together combined. 31 now, making. I'm going to send you out there after the game to see if you can make it. Pass with the steal. And a miss. Nebraska down 8 with 4:39 to play. They've done a terrific job of hanging in there.
Yeah, they have hung in there. Yeah, you work that hard on defense, Jared Hass, and then you miss a layup.
Lou lobs to Moore. Back in the lane. Hamilton with a spinning move and a shot down.
Anytime you're on the road, we're now under 5 minutes at 4:15. If you can stay within 6 or 8 points and get to that 4-minute mark, 3-minute mark, you're in there. And your confidence about defensively. Kansas not shooting the ball well. You make them beat you by the jump shot.
This has been a really good basketball game. Jacques Vaughn, Jared Hass, Pierce, Markowski with the interception off the feet from Lou. It's a 4-point ball game.
Andy Markowski, we talked about him. The value he has been and brought to this team, he does it on the defensive end.
Andy Markowski from Ord, Nebraska, the 6'8 sophomore. One of the most unusual high school nicknames I've ever heard. The Chanticleers.
The Chanticleers. I had my brother Bob, who's a coach at UMKC.
Is that right?
Went to high school in Seward, Nebraska, and we lived there as a kid, and they played Ord, the Chanticleers.
Oh. 3:34 left in this
game. So I
game.
have seen the Chanticleers. I don't know what it is, though.
It's a fighting rooster.
Oh, there you go.
Thing.
There you go.
There's a college that nickname, too. Jacques Vaughn with a big bucket. Count it. He's going to go to the line. Jacques Vaughn. Three for 3 at the line. 7 points for Jacques Vaughn. Went over 700 assists for his career in this game. They didn't put that basket on the board. Did they not count that? Nope, because he shot 2. So it's 59-53. It's a 6-point ball game with 3:34 to go, and we are back after this message from your friends at Phillips 66, the Performance Company. Kansas by 6, and let's take a look at the Pizza Hut plays of the game.
Take a look at B.J. Williams in the lane. The help defense can't quite tell to go to Mikey Moore or not. He's standing waiting. By the time he gets back to Hamilton, a little bit late. Good spin move. Vincent has 9 points on the game. The next possession down, Andy Markowski makes the steal, knocks it away, gets an easy basket on the end. This Cornhusker team is playing well.
And like Nebraska, Pizza Hut is making it great again and again. 3:33 to go. Huskers with the ball down by 6. They have hung tough, as we mentioned a couple of times, by Ron Lou. Kansas changed defense.
Yeah, 1-3-1 zone defense. Nebraska shooting 63% this second half. And anytime, really, the Cornhuskers, you want to make them beat you from outside. Lou is a good shooter. Belcher's an okay shooter. And those are the 2 guys that will shoot the jump shots.
7 on the shot clock. The Huskers haven't made the adjustment yet. 5 on the shot clock. Down inside it goes, and 1 on the shot clock. As it's blocked out of bounds, they've got 1 second on the clock.
Yeah, throw it in. Couldn't get into sync right there. But Belcher put a pretty good pass inside to Hamilton.
They throw it into Florence, who fires it up there. Won't go. Rebound and a foul. Oh, the Huskers bailed the possession out if they can convert the free throw.
Yeah, Vincent Hamilton once again on the offensive rebounding. Here's a shot by Florence in midair. Positioned by Hamilton inside Pierce. Didn't block him out. Goes right back up strong. Draws a contact. Rafe LaFrentz, 4th personal foul. 2:55 left, so he'll stay in the rest of the way.
9 points for Vincent Hamilton. And 10.
Boy, you kind of have this feeling, again, the confidence on this Cornhusker on the players' face. They feel that they can win this game. You can just see it on them.
This could get them within 4 with 2:55 to play, and then their defense is going to have to get them a stop. Not quite. Lawrence tried to keep it alive and couldn't.
Well, if Nebraska doesn't win this game, they're going to take a look at the free throw stat this second half. It has just been a tough night.
Josh Vaughn against Tyronn Lue. 21 on the shot clock for Kansas. 2:39 left in the game. Pugh to Pierce.
Boy, Mikey Moore kind of plays center field back there, trying to help out defensively. Florence, one of the better defenders. Pierce turns it over.
Lost the grip on it. 2:31 to play. Nebraska down 5 as they move it up court.
Stay in the 1-3-1 zone defense.
Kenny Nee on the other side. You see him with a thumb up, calling the set. Listen to the crowd urging the Kansas defense on. Tyronn Lue goes by LaFrentz, pops the shot and hits it.
How about that against the zone defense? They came out and set a pick on the wing. Then he had LaFrentz to beat. Used his quickness to get LaFrentz off balance, knocked in the shot.
15 for Tyronn Lue. 3-point lead, Kansas. 1:55 to play. Vaughn. Pass. Heavy traffic. Got Mikey Moore off his feet.
Still blocked it.
Still got a hand on it.
Still blocked the shot. Got off the feet and quick enough to get back up in the shot line.
Nebraska down 3. Blocking foul. P.J. Pugh, his 5th. Another 40 to play.
Yeah, we talked about Kansas putting pressure on your defense. Tyronn Lue does it maybe best in the Big 8, is just continue to put pressure defensively. You have to get back. Couldn't contain him. Pugh's out. And against his own defense, watch the pick out high. Now LaFrentz comes out. Lue, all he does is stagger LaFrentz. He goes hard. LaFrentz has to back up just a step. Lue knocks in the jump shot.
Lue at the line. The Huskers down 3. Let's go back and mention the 2 blocks by Mikey Moore, and he has 4 fouls on him. Tyronn Lue with 16 points. Mikey Moore drew his 4th foul with 9:37 to play. He's still out there. Got them both. This is a 1-point ball game. Kansas with the lead in the ball with 1:37 to play. Pass against Belcher. Down low to LaFrentz, and he's fouled by Vincent Hamilton.
Yeah, good position that time by LaFrentz.
Vincent Hamilton, who has fouled out of 5 games this year. We mentioned earlier Nebraska's propensity for some of their players fouling out. They haven't lost one yet today, but now they have Hamilton and Mikey Moore with 4 fouls each. Rafe LaFrentz, 76% shooter. 8 points today for Rafe LaFrentz.
Kansas has been here before.
There hasn't been a miss at that end of the floor till today, John.
Yeah, that's something.
And there have been very few makes at the other end, free throw line. Yeah, they have been here before, haven't they? The miss. Look at the battle for the rebound. Belcher had it, lost it, and a foul is called on Belcher.
Well, LaFrentz knew when he released that basketball it was too long. Nebraska, that was a big possession. You have to rebound the ball, the aggressiveness of the play. B.J. Williams helps to get the ball, and they'll call Belcher for the push.
If Kansas holds on and wins this game, they will do something no Kansas team has ever done. They will go 22-0 to start the season, and there have been some great teams here at Kansas that couldn't get it to that stage. John, you mentioned earlier you played on a team that got to 19-0, was ranked #1 when this Nebraska team came in and knocked you off, and we mentioned it then. That #1 is a big target. We have a minute 27 left in this one. Kansas up 60-58. What a ball game in Lawrence. Today's game is brought to you by Phillips 66, makers of super clean gasolines and Pop Arctic motor oil. By Southwestern Bell for all your communication needs. Yes, it's that simple. And by Fairfield Inn by Marriott. Traveling's an adventure. Where you stay shouldn't be. Well, there you see the scene, really one of the greatest scenes in college basketball. Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas. John, we were talking about that #1 ranking. When you're #1, everybody that's playing you is playing their game of the year. It's really tough to keep defending that ranking.
Yeah, you get the best shot from everybody, and everybody's excited to play. I remember when we lost to Nebraska, they beat us handily. The late Jack Moore took it to us, and we struggled with it.
Kansas by 2, a minute 27 to play. The Huskers will have to have a couple of big plays down the stretch. Doesn't matter now. Mikey Moore's got 4 fouls. He can go after it from here on out. Vincent Hamilton has 4, but you don't hold back with a minute 27 to play. And really, Mikey Moore hasn't held back. He got 2 blocks in one sequence down there a while ago.
Yeah, I think Nebraska has come into this building, handled things well. They've had a lot of turnovers, but they've stayed in the game. That has not frustrated them. Tyronn Lue has not handled the ball well at times, but he's hit big basket after big basket. There you see the last win in Lawrence. That is a long time ago.
13 straight losses here.
B.J. Williams only a 56% free throw shooter. So if you're Nebraska on the second one, you have to make sure you block out.
B.J. Williams at the line. It's still a 2-point lead for Kansas. We want to welcome those if you've been watching Oklahoma State and Baylor. We have a minute 27 left here. Kansas leading Nebraska by 2. B.J. Williams on the line for the Jayhawks. This has been some ball game. The miss. Paul Pierce tried to keep it alive. Belcher has it. Nebraska could tie it with a deuce, take the lead with a tray. Tyronn Lue.
Nebraska back to man-to-man defense. Watch for the pick and rolls for Lue.
There's the pick from Vincent Hamilton, but Lue to the bucket, lobs it up and misses. Rebound. Good by Vincent Hamilton. We're tied at 60 with a minute 5 to play.
Hamilton smart enough to chase Lue down the lane. Everybody went to Lue defensively. Hamilton had an easy one.
Pass against Belcher to the baseline. Belcher turned him back. Now Vaughn against Lue. 19 on the shot clock. 49 left in the game. 60-60 tie. Vaughn.
Boy, this defense has been terrific all afternoon. Kansas having a hard time to get a good look right now.
9 on the shot clock. Williams lost it. Picked off by Nebraska. 37 seconds to go. 34 on the shot clock. And the Huskers have the possession. Tied at 60. And the Jayhawks' unbeaten record is on the line right here.
And they can leave the ball in Lue's hands. There's a 3-second shot clock difference. They'll take a timeout, but Lue can control the basketball most of the way. Then you may see a pick and roll down towards the end.
20 on the shot clock. 23 seconds left in the game. The Huskers tied at 60 all with Kansas will have the ball when we come back.
60-60 in Allen Fieldhouse. 39 home straight win for the #1 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. And Nebraska last time down. There's the pick and roll. Look at all the white shirts chasing Tyronn Lue. In steps Vincent Hamilton. He has 12 points in the follow-up. And watch the bench. The excitement. Now get back.
Get back, JoJo. 23 seconds to play. 20 on the shot clock. Nebraska with the ball. Tied at 60. Tyronn Lue against Jacques Vaughn.
Look at Kansas trapping.
14 on the shot clock.
Look for Mikey Moore by the basket.
10 on the shot clock. Lue's got it in his hands against Vaughn. 5 on the shot clock. The double team from Pierce.
That's great defense. That is great defense.
Pierce got it back. Fires it all the way down court. And no bucket. We're going to overtime in Lawrence.
You know, Roy Williams is smiling. Paul Pierce had about 3 seconds. He could have taken a couple dribbles and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to put point something on the clock. They're discussing it. They might as well just start over because it's point 1 or 2 and you can't make a shot with that.
The Huskers and the Jayhawks get a do-over. They couldn't settle it in 40 minutes. It is 60-60 at the end of regulation time.
It's overtime, but let's take a look. Roy Williams, what a great call. He started trapping the basketball that whole possession. And the one thing about it, Tyronn Lue couldn't get a good look. What he wanted the ball out of Tyronn Lue's hands when he finally got it. Here's one-on-one, man-to-man. No. Here comes trapping defense. Lue has nowhere to go. Couldn't find an outlet to pass it to. Forces up a shot. Paul Pierce had about 3 seconds, but shot a long one. Boy, was this a ball game.
Boy, what a great defensive stand by Kansas. And now they say that Mikey Moore tipped it and then caught it. It'll be Kansas basketball to start the 5-minute overtime. That was just a terrific defensive stand. That is fun to watch.
I tell you what, it takes guts to call that. I mean, defensively, you say, okay, they have time. They have 20 seconds to run a play. They're going to do some things. Roy Williams said, we're going to trap you. We're going to make you move the ball around and throw it around. And outstanding job by Kansas. And a great call by Roy Williams.
They're checking the possession arrow here. Well, did Nebraska get, is that a possession for Nebraska when they catch the ball, or just a violation? If it's a possession, the arrow belongs to Kansas. Right now it's pointing both ways, and that's fair enough. Good enough for me. I feel very strongly both ways. Now the possession arrow now belongs to Nebraska.
Yeah, we call him the arrow guy over there.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the arrow guy.
The arrow guy has got it pointing toward the red team. That was not a possession. That was simply a violation in the tournament. I've always wondered about that.
Good pick down low for Haas. Good pass.
LaFrance with a soft shot inside. Knocked it down, and he's been fouled.
Yeah, good pick down low to free up Jared Haas. They had to go out to the corner. Haas is a shooter. He dumps it inside.
How about the emotion at the end of this, too?
Cookie Belcher goes over the top. Hamilton has to go help. Mikey Moore late draws his 5th personal foul, which is a big blow to this Cornhusker team. The reaction by Rafe LaFrance.
Some emotion involved in this game, believe it. Mikey Moore gave it a battle. He played the last 9:37 of regulation with 4 fouls, but he fouls out now. 10 points on the day.
And Bernard Garner will come in, a good, strong, physical player. But one of the things Mikey Moore brings to you is his size. At 6'11", his long reach. It's been hard for Kansas inside to get good looks at the basket and to get good shots off.
Boy, both these teams have to be fatigued. The emotion in this ball game, the hard work on defense, the intensity. Now a discussion over at the Kansas bench. Roy Williams talking to a couple of the officials here. Danny Hooker and Tom Rucker are discussing something with Roy Williams. Now all 3 officials are in, and now that's nice. Roy Williams says to Danny Nee, come on down. I think they're still talking about the arrow.
I think they're still talking about the arrow. I think someone brought a book out over there, maybe the rule book, and they're trying to figure this arrow.
Well, this is.
So Danny huddles him up at half court. Gets kind of a freebie.
Now Danny Hooker, the official, sending everybody back on the floor, and the arrow still belongs to Nebraska. Rafe LaFrance has been standing at the free throw line. You see him kind of going through the motions there. Now Danny Hooker talking to the arrow guy.
It hasn't been pretty this afternoon from the free throw line. Either team could have probably taken control the last 7 or 8 minutes just by making free throws.
Rafe LaFrance missed the free throw. 62-60 Kansas.
Yeah, LaFrance only 1 of 4 this afternoon.
And he is a 76% shooter on the air. Now let's see if the Huskers can dig down in that well one more time. Lue against Vaughn. Garner sets a pick. Pierce came out to help.
Good roll.
Underneath.
Good roll, good pass, good play. Garner set the pick up high, then he rolled around. Belcher found him. Lue swung it to Belcher. Good play by the Cornhuskers.
Tied at 62. LaFrance with the catch and the jumper good. Rafe LaFrance getting it off to a great start in overtime. He had 9 points in regulation. He has 4 in overtime. 2-point lead. Jayhawks full 5 to play. I'll tell you what, this has been something all afternoon here. This is fun.
Yeah, the noise is deafening. This is really something.
Garner trying to get Hamilton. Knocked away by LaFrance.
Well, it's been the Rafe show in overtime.
And Benson Hamilton just committed his 5th foul. How big is Rafe LaFrance coming up in the overtime? Look at this crowd. Oh, boy.
Anytime you're trying to get the ball inside, Bernard Garner, this is not a good angle right here. He has no angle in the pass. He should not go there. He already picked his dribble up. LaFrance gets over the top, knocks it away, draws a foul, but LaFrance has not been very good from the free throw line.
Well, the Huskers have lost Mikey Moore and Benson Hamilton to fouls here at the start of the overtime. Hamilton with 12 points and 12 rebounds today. And Rafe LaFrance back to the line. He has 4 points and a steal here in the overtime. Hamilton fouls out for the 6th time this year. Mikey Moore's fouled out for the 4th time. So those continual foul problems showing up in overtime now for Nebraska. John, we don't want to get into ranking players. I'll tell you what, there aren't many better ones in the country than Rafe LaFrance.
No, they're really not. Soft hands, has a good feel about the game. Has had to step up his game with Pollard being out. He has responded to that.
15 points for Rafe LaFrance, 6 in overtime. That's a 22nd timeout. Huskers down by 4 now when they'll get the ball back.
You know, a big blow. Obviously, Ivan, Mikey Moore and Hamilton out of the ballgame because of their size. Now LaFrance can go to work down low. Markowski's really only 6'8", Garner only 6'7". They can pound it down into LaFrance and make Nebraska guard him inside down deeper, and that frees up guys on the outside.
Well, I'm rummaging around in my memory, which admittedly can go south on me at times, but I don't think Rafe LaFrance has been out of this game today. I don't remember him coming out of the game. He may have been, but he's been on the floor most of the time. 4-point lead, Kansas, 3:50 left in the overtime.
I want to say sad first half, but I don't recall either.
I don't know for sure.
I know they had T.J. Pugh and they had B.J. Williams in together at one time.
You're right. He's been out there a lot. Lou against Vaughn.
Again, look for the pick and roll with Tyronn Lue when he gets the ball back.
Markowski tried to hit Florence in the lane. Tough catch, tough bucket, and he's fouled. Count the basket. Oh, that was a tough catch and a great play by Larry Florence.
The pass by Markowski. Cornhuskers continue to move as you see Danny Nee with a smile. There's the cut. Pierce gets beat. The help side, the bump by Haas, and look at the reaction by this Cornhusker team.
Third foul, Paul Pierce. Larry Florence. Defied the odds at that errant basket down there and made a free throw.
You know, they've come this far. Why quit now? They have been outstanding.
Kansas by 1. Lue staying with Vaughn. LaFrance. Garner comes out to get it.
When they swing the ball, look for LaFrance to go down under, and they'll try to push him up on the other side. Good pass.
Paul Pierce off the feed from Haas.
The drive, the dish, and the finish.
Kansas by 3, 3:03 left in the overtime. Lue pulls it up, shoots it, and hits it. Oh, my God.
You know what? I think Vaughn hit that ball. Either hit his hand or hit the ball because Lue hesitated, fumbled the ball, and got it back.
Belcher got a hand on it. It's out of bounds to Kansas. 2:52 left in the overtime. Jayhawks by 1. And Billy Thomas set to return, replacing Williams. So Roy Williams is going to get a 3-point shooter on the floor.
Well, and here's what it does. It forces Nebraska's hands defensively. Now you have Markowski guarding Paul Pierce, which will be really difficult for him to stay with Pierce outside.
Vaughn against Lue. There's the cut. LaFrance fouled, and it's going to drop.
Are you kidding me?
Woo. Wow. How do you get that shot down? He has 8 points in the overtime, and he's going to the line. We are not short on effort from either team here today, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and what happens is, again, Hamilton and Mikey Moore are not in there. Watch Haas set on your right part of your screen. Haas sets a pick. 2 Nebraska corners to get there. The delay and the hold of the ball kicks his knees up, so then he shoots it. Good play by LaFrance.
And did you see the emotion on the sideline? That was Matt Doherty in the gray suit, the coach. He's been emotional today. 3-point play, LaFrance. He has taken this thing over in overtime, folks. He has 9 in the overtime.
Oh, what a block by Pierce defensively.
4-point lead, Kansas. 31 left on the shot clock for the Huskers. 2:42 left in the game. Hass is right on top of Lou as he makes the catch.
Tough assignment for Hass.
Lou with the fake. Did he travel? He did. Danny Nee thought he got rid of it first. The official called it a travel. Young man has to be tired. Danny Nee did not like the call. He thought Lou got rid of it first.
You know, that's a tough call. Watch Lou shake Hass. Hass does a nice job now. He ball fakes, steps inside, and I don't ever think he left his foot, to be honest, Fred. I never thought he'd jump.
I didn't either. I thought he had the foot on the floor. He might have traveled before that. He gave a little stutter step. That's big. 4-point lead, Kansas.
Again, LaFrance inside or Pierce on Markowski. That's patented shot right there. That is LaFrance's spot. Loves to go to his right and get to that baseline about the 8 to 9 foot jump shot.
Now they're going to put Billy Thomas back on the bench and B.J. Williams back in the game. So Roy Williams making that exchange for rebounding as he puts Williams in the middle. LaFrance to the line again. LaFrance with 9 points in regulation has scored 9 in the overtime.
Has now made 4 free throws in a row.
Hey, well, I don't know a tick across here, but I do know everybody here got their money's worth today. This has been something.
Yeah, we have a great seat here, Fred.
Yes, we do. I think we've seen it all today.
What a play by B.J. Williams.
Why, he put him in the ball game.
Yeah. High jumped and just tipped it back out. Now they can run some clock. Well, Markowski just got beat right off the dribble by Pierce. A good pick by LaFrance.
The substitution by Roy Williams, putting B.J. out there, taking Billy Thomas out, was for that purpose, and it paid.
And now the hill has just gotten much steeper for Nebraska.
7 points they are down with 1:52 left in the overtime. Lou fouled by Jacques Vaughn. You know, it might seem like a little thing, those little substitutions, but if coaches don't forget them, and it just paid off.
It's just really a big blow to have Hamilton and Moore on the bench. I mean, that's just a big blow because they have been so effective inside defensively and offensively against this Kansas team. You lose them both to foul trouble. LaFrance has really any pickings he wants inside because of his size.
Williams back to the bench. Thomas back on the floor as they shoot at the other end. Tyronn Lue.
And not to pick on Andy Markowski because he has been very effective. But the thing is, he will not be able to stay with Paul Pierce. That's a near triple-double, but that's not one you want to write home about, that 10 turnovers.
No, it isn't. 21 now for Tyronn Lue. 1:49 left in the overtime. Kansas by 5.
They now have Florence on Pierce, which is a little better move, but LaFrance just going to work inside. Gardner too short.
Tell you what, that is the vault right there. KU knows where the money is, and they're taking it to the bank with Rafe LaFrance right now. They are looking in there almost every possession.
And here's another foul out. Bernard Garner picks up his 5th. Nebraska just running out of big players inside.
Garner, Moore, and Hamilton have all fouled out. All in the overtime.
Nebraska, which has lost 3 games in a row coming in here. One of the things you take away from a game like this is the fact that if you play like this every night, you're going to beat most teams. You just don't show up to play the #1 team this way, and Danny Nee has done a great job preparing his kids when they came into Allen Fieldhouse. Not a very friendly place to play, Fred.
Did you see the young lady trying to hand Bernard Gardner his cup of water? She looked a little bit apprehensive. She walked down there with that cup. Cute little girl over there, very young. In the overtime, he has done that today, folks. 19 points in the game now for Rafe LaFrance. Boy, it gets quiet in there when he shoots. Rafe LaFrance playing with 4 fouls today, too. 1:41 left in the overtime. 6-point lead, Kansas.
Now what Tyronn Lue has to do is push this basketball, become much more a weapon with his dribble as Kansas tries to get back defensively. The The slower you go, you allow Kansas to set up, and when you're this far behind, you have to put pressure on them early so that Kansas doesn't get set because they help out so well.
Lou. Jumper good.
He'll never quit. He will never quit. He thought he got hit again on the hand.
Lou with 25 points. 4-point game, a minute 17 left in overtime. If the Huskers can get a stop here, they've got a chance to come back again. They have done one good thing today. Well, among a lot of good things, they have prevented that big run that we talked about by Kansas. They haven't let it happen all day. Second foul on Lou. Or Hamilton. Is that Mitchell? Mitchell second. And Nebraska getting a timeout here. The Jayhawks by 4 now in what has been a really good college basketball game here. Kansas trying to do something no Kansas team has ever done. Go 22-0 to start the season. Huskers have been battling them all day long. The Huskers go back home from here. After this epic battle with the Jayhawks today, they play Colorado at home, then go to Texas Tech, to Kansas State, and step out of the conference to play at Northern Iowa. So Colorado coming into Nebraska. If nothing else, this has to build their confidence.
Yeah, again, the preparation by the kids is the fact you take this effort and you do this every night. Not just against the #1 team, but every afternoon you go out and play. Kansas is used to this, and the fact that they get everybody's best shot as Haas misses a free throw. It isn't only a 4-point game with a minute 8 to go.
I'll tell you what, make note of this, and this is not a prediction, but just write it down. KU will play at Missouri Tuesday. And Missouri appears to be playing better at basketball these days, and you put that rivalry in there. And
yeah, last year Kansas went to Missouri, and the Haley brothers played well, and the Tigers took that victory. And Kansas just trying to survive this one. Then they go to Missouri and then Iowa State. Cookie Belcher.
Belcher banked it in from 3-point range.
I'll tell you what, they will not die. They have a feeling that they're supposed to win this ball game.
It's a 2-point game, 47 seconds to play. Kansas with the lead and the ball, and they want a 20-second timeout here. When we come back.
How about what Nebraska has done?
Oh.
I mean, you've got 3 of their big players on the bench. Garner, Mikey Moore, Vincent Hamilton, and here's Cookie Belcher, a freshman. Now, I don't suppose he called bank on this one. Not a great outside shooter, but high off the glass. Nothing but net. It doesn't matter.
Well, the Huskers still have a shot at this thing. 45.7 seconds to play. 28 on the shot clock. So it's likely that the Huskers will get another possession. If they can get a stop, they've got a chance. Full timeouts left. Kansas 3. Nebraska has no timeouts of any kind. There you see 10 fouls each side. Everybody shoots 2 from here on out. The possession arrow belongs to Nebraska.
Yeah, and one of the keys, too, is Kansas only shooting 54% from the foul line this afternoon. So you can play solid defense, go for a couple chances on the ball. You're going to have to somehow try to match up, keep it out of LaFrence's hands. Again, our guy Markowski has to now guard Ray Clarence because of all the bodies on the bench for Nebraska.
Ryan Robertson, they've got 2 point guards in the game now. 2 outstanding free throw shooters in Vaughn and Robertson, and a foul away from the ball. It'll be Paul Pierce to shoot 2. That foul was away from the ball on Larry Florence's 4th.
Florence, an aggressive defender. Into the back of Pierce. Maybe not a bad foul. Make Pierce make some free throws. He is 4 of 5. Or 5 of 6 this afternoon. Pierce a good free throw shooter, but only 73% on the year.
33.5 seconds to play. Kansas by 2. They need them both. They got 1 of 5 in the overtime, 16 in the game for Paul Pierce.
Doesn't change, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Remember Jamal Wilkes when he played?
Yeah.
They called him Silk, and this kid plays a lot like that guy, a little more slasher than Jamal Wilkes, but same expression.
Pierce knocks them both down. 4-point lead, Kansas, 33 seconds to play. Markowski.
Oh, good
intercepted. Williams to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to make a run at it, and he's fouled. Didn't get the bucket. But the foul on Alvin Mitchell, 20 seconds to play.
Well, Nebraska tried to run a little pick, backside pick for Lou to free him up for a 3-point shot. And defensively, B.J. Williams' man sets a pick. They're just going to run a little flare on the left side of your screen. B.J. Williams didn't go up. He just picked the ball off. Good defensive play once again by Kansas.
Jacques Vaughn on the line, 4 for 4 today, 8 points on the day. It's a 5-point lead for the Hawks with 20.8 seconds left in the overtime.
Again, Tyronn Lue has to put on his afterburners now. I mean, there's no time to waste. You have to get it up and get a shot off early.
Hawks down the stretch, knocking him down at the free throw line. 6-point ball game, 20 seconds to go. Huskers need a 3. Tyronn Lue got it. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, this kid has been terrific. He has played great in Big 8 play, and even bigger tonight.
Vaughn fouled by Cookie Belcher with 11.8 seconds left on the clock. KU leading by 3. Vaughn to the free throw line.
Tyronn Lue, 26 points. He has had some huge ball games in the Big 12. Never quits. His outside shooting is better this year, which gives him a couple weapons then.
Vaughn can make it nearly impossible for Nebraska here. 11.8 seconds to play. 3-point game at the moment. Four-point game.
Well, one of the keys, as you know, Fred, if you're undefeated, obviously winning games, it doesn't matter how sometimes. They didn't shoot free throws well. They did some things offensively, missed some open shots, but if you can find ways to win, that's what's important.
Kansas by 5. 10 seconds to play. Lue from way outside. And the tip no by Markowski. They're still battling everything with 2.6 seconds to play. Nobody has quit.
Yeah, what an effort by Danny Neese Cornhusker. A great effort. Kansas fans appreciate it, and Kansas fans are thankful that they got out of this with a victory.
I'll tell you what, they have to be. Some effort by Nebraska, a great effort by Kansas. The Jayhawks go to 22-0, 8-0 in the Big 12. Some game, John.
Well, they take everyone's punches. They hang on. They do what it takes to win, and a victory's a victory. They'll head to Columbia Tuesday night.
And fun is fun, and we've had a lot of it today. Thanks for watching for our entire crew. And John Sunbull, Red White saying thanks for watching. Let's get you to Studio 66.